Hello, I'm Jody Wolf. You're watching Expoz, August 19, 2016, 12:17 a.m. Birmingham. And the topic, the Dana Perino, I think that's her name. Perino, Perino. Anyway, she was tonight on Fox. She was talking to Bill O'Reilly, and he asked her a question, and just prior to that, when the show was coming on, he said, "And why is Dana upset with Trump?" And I thought, well, I'd like to know that answer myself because she hadn't been. So when they came on, and luckily I was able to fast forward to that point because I had some time, and I did. And she said that she was so disillusioned by Romney because he should have easily beaten Obama. As we all know, he had the numbers that 2-1 over Obama. Everything, he beat Obama hands down. But yet Obama wins the election. So she has been hosting a show for Fox. She's also a contributor, but she hosts the show, and it's called The Po-Truther. And so she stopped it. She's well known, well liked, and she knows what's going on, but she's not telling you what's going on. If any of those let me say this. All the networks are owned by 6 people or 6 companies. And it may be that 3 people own all 6 companies. In other words, the networks are owned by the Illuminati, that band of people there, all of them, including Fox. It's just that they've allowed Fox to do what they've done. And I believe if they stopped them cold, that everybody would walk off. But anyway, she quit the show. She said, because here I am, I'm telling the audience that while our numbers are up, we look good, or we're down a little bit. Trump needs to work harder. And she said, I'm so disillusioned by making promises to all you guys that I know what the answer really is, or what it should be. I know what the answer should be, but what it really is, I can't tell you. In other words, the real answer is it doesn't make a damn what we do. It doesn't matter if 90% of this country voted for Donald Trump. She says Clinton would still be elected. And that is 100% proof there is someone else pulling all the strings. But guys, let me tell you 3 things that should pick you up. 4 things that should pick you up. Number 1, this friggin' country's got the power to stand up and change that bullcrap that has already given Clinton, no matter how horrible she is, 260 something points of like 300 she needs. And she's flunked everybody. Nobody likes her. No one wants to vote for her. except all these lazy assholes sitting there drawing money who don't work for it, the socialist group. And Dana is disillusioned because she said, I'm getting your hopes up, but I know it's all for nothing. She said, and I cannot continue to do that knowing the truth. And hey, I can hear what she's saying. I understand what she's saying fully. But Dana, listen up. I may have been disillusioned a lot of times in the past, but never when it was prophecy. And again, I may be wishful thinking, some people may call it, that the fireman prophecy is simply that. Somebody that wants to get people to know his name. I don't know the man. I've never heard of the man. And the fact that he did say first when he got the prophecy, he thought Trump was going to be Romney was going to be elected in 2012 when Obama was elected. He said, but then I'm seeing down here by my own writing that no, he says, we have to make a little more time go by. He said that. The fireman said that. Because when he went back and questioned God about it just before the vote to verify that this is going to happen, God says no. He said, this is not his time. His time will come the next election. The next election, he said, Donald Trump will be president, period. And he said he heard that. It was told to him by a miraculous, invisible, somebody, what is it called when they can throw their voice and act like they're standing here and talking over there, but you know what I'm saying, ventriloquist. But I don't believe that's the case. I don't believe it. I don't believe the man would make a fool of himself had millions not already saw and heard and believed in his prophecy. And Rabbi GLAZERSON, his very own, he's not calling it a prophecy, he's calling it is written in the Torah. And when he was asked, well, everything written in the Torah, does it come to pass? He said, every word of it. He said, then you're saying that Donald Trump will be the president? He said, I am. He said, I'm looking at it right here. So that's the two things that I'm hoping for. And when I said 3 or 4 things, number 3, I pray every day that Trump will be there. I pray every day that the fireman prophecy will come to pass. I pray every day that the Rabbi GLAZERSON, that what he reads in the Torah will come to pass. And I pray every day that you guys are praying every day that Donald Trump will win this election. Let's stand on it, guys. We got to look. If he does not become president again, unless there is a voice out of the sky that tells me something else, I'm not going to ever stop believing in my God and believe that I'm saved and believe who my Lord and Savior is, but I'll always ask why. And if there was going to be a different answer to what's coming up, I believe we would have already known that. Even with these, giving these prophecy and then giving the Torah, I believe God would have already made it known. Hey, look, I'm going to skip this next 4 years too, which y'all know. But I believe Donald Trump is going to be elected. I don't care what Clinton does, how much they steal, which they've already stolen. I mean, how in the world can you take someone that 65% of this country does not want, but yet she gets in there? How is that possible? Except somebody is pulling the strings. Well, you know what? We got a new string puller right now, and he's God Almighty. He can do things. He sees the beginning from the end, and he sits and looks at them both right before his eyes. He sees the beginning right now. He sees the end right now. We have to wait. And we can't see far back, but he sees it all, the beginning from the ending, and go back to creation of the planets. He's seeing the beginning there, and the ending is there. And if God said to the fireman, Donald Trump will be elected in 2016, I believe it. When GLAZERSON'S said Donald Trump's name is in the Torah to be the president of the United States in 2016, I believe it. I'm standing on it, and if something happened that's not the case, I don't know what I'll do, but I know something else. I believe it will be. No ifs, ands, or buts. And I would bet you $100 to your nickel, I believe he will be. Period. But if he wasn't, for some reason, I believe a lot of people, if you think riots in Missouri, Ferguson, and then on up in Maryland, and then out in Wisconsin, if you think those are riots, you ain't seen a riot. And that's what I believe. But I believe there'll be no need for it because we will have our leader. And then when things are ironed out and smooth and flowing, then we're going to be called home. And tell Dana that, Jody of Expoz.